pounds, the senior, number 77, Dalton Olson. At the defensive end, 185 pounds, senior, number 84, Sam Shukai. At the other defensive end, 165 pounds, senior, number 12, Taylor Pulver. At linebacker, 175 pounds, senior, number 21, Stephen Dudley. At linebacker, 190-pound junior, weighing number 23, Ryan Deckard. At linebacker, 180-pound senior, number 32, Daniel Duffy. At linebacker, 170-pound junior, number 34, John Schuster. And at the defensive back, 185-pound senior, number 6, Tyson Miller. He was assisted by Greg Schnitzler. He was assisted by Chuck Rowe, Dave Wilson, Mark Campbell, and Tyler Summers. And now starting defensive line for Noah Hortonowski. Defensive lineman, weighing 210 pounds, senior, number 73, Connor Peters. Defensive lineman, weighing 242 pounds, senior, number 53, Aaron Buller. Defensive lineman, 220 pounds, sophomore, number 54, Morgan Maltzberger. At linebacker, 205 pounds, senior, number 4, Connor Blair. At linebacker, 160 pounds, sophomore, number 10, Cade Oswald. At linebacker, 165 pounds, senior, number 12, Cade Oswald. At linebacker, 170 pounds, sophomore, number 5, Jackson Steady. And defensive back, 180 pounds, senior, number 2, Lane Hibbert. Head coach for the Huskies, Matt Maltzberger. Coach Maltzberger is assisted by Greg Higgins, Ben Lindsay, and Doug Hill. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please stand as the members of the Heartland Community School High School Band, under the direction of Mr. Royce Schweitzer, perform Francis Scott Key's Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem.
Are we on main? Are we on the main shot? Are we on the main shot right now? Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to high school football on a Friday night. It's a little breezy in central Nebraska as we get ready for our game of the week. It is number 5 Kenesaw at number 6 Heartland in Class D1, a district title to be claimed tonight by one of these two teams. Neither team tonight has played what you might call the most difficult schedule in the world. To take a look at Kenesaw, they're 7-0 under head coach Craig Schnitzler. Not that 7-0 is an unfamiliar spot if you're a Blue Devil. Win over Elm Creek in the first week of the season, 36-12. A big win there over a Division I team. The only loss for Elm Creek on the season coming into tonight. So 36-12 there. And then a nice win over Palmer, 56-22 in week 2. Since then, big wins for the Blue Devils on the season. For Heartland, they've also got some big wins. They have a couple close wins, though. One over Giltner in week 2, 42-38. And then the next week at Nebraska Christian, 38-26. They handled the rain a few weeks ago against Thayer Central, though, 82-24. The same night that Kenesaw was putting up 82 on Franklin as well. So these two teams have plenty of opportunities to score some points, some really good athletes on both sides, and we'll get through them as we go on through this ball game. Kenesaw in the white and Heartland in the home black uniforms. A good south wind, so in this first quarter, Heartland will have the wind at their back. Our opening kickoff fielded, bobbled actually right at the goal line, and now picked up at the 10. Here comes Tyson Burr trying to get to the outside. He will not. He will get only to the 17. So it will be 1st and 10 for Kenesaw. Guys to watch tonight for the Blue Devils. We mentioned Tyson Burr, 5'7", 160-pound senior, 114 carries, 888 yards coming into tonight, and 22 touchdowns. An efficient passing game. Really, both these teams very efficient in the passing game, mostly because they don't throw it a lot. But Taylor Pulver is the quarterback. 13 touchdowns, just 1 interception. They'll operate out of the I formation and give it to Burr off the left side. Burr's got a hole, and he just about into the open field. Jackson Stebbing just saved a touchdown for Heartland's defense, but Burr goes 10 yards on the first snap of the game, and that could have been just a little bit more too. So 1st and 10 for Kenesaw right out of the gate. We mentioned Burr will get plenty of carries from a tailback spot. They'll also have 32, Daniel Duffy, 5'9", 160-pound senior at fullback. That will get his share of carries as well. And this will be Burr, same play, left side again. This time Burr just kind of moving the pile. Will get about 3. In on that tackle was Connor Bear for Heartland, one of the linebackers. We will call it 3 for Burr, and it's 2nd down and 7. Of course, the story for Heartland, the graduation of Austin Stewart, who set not just the 8-man single-season record, but the all-class single-season rushing record a year ago in the state of Nebraska, over 3,000 yards by himself. The good news for the offense is never really missed a beat. There goes Duffy right up the middle, and he's got a first down into Heartland territory. A pickup of 10 on the play for Daniel Duffy. So there you get to see a little bit of that dive option look. And that time the fullback popped through, and that's exactly what you want. Again, Kenesaw going into the stiff south wind. It has been breezy. I was out in Kearney earlier today for state cross country, and those runners, I tell you what, it was nice coming in for the runners at state cross country, but they ran a lot of that course into the wind. Duffy gets a carry on first down here, and he's pulled down by Hayes Oswald, one of the linebackers, but Duffy's still able to get inside the 35 and down to the 34-yard line where he picks up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 to go for Kenesaw. We mentioned both these teams undefeated on their season in similar passing numbers. How about 708 yards for Heartland, 718 yards for Kenesaw on the season. 2nd and 6. Little toss sweep this time, and that's going to be close to first down yardage. Good job by the offensive line over there on the left side as Bear makes the tackle. And they're going to give him 5 of the necessary 6, so 3rd and very short. The first 3rd down attempt of the night for Kenesaw. Driving into the wind here on their opening possession of the ballgame. 9:50 to go in the opening period. Again, the I formation, and it's stacked close behind Pulver, the quarterback. Once the dive option, Duffy's got the ball, and he's got the first down as he gets tackled at the 25-yard line. Good for a first down for Kenesaw. All on the ground into this wind. 6 carries, 35 yards on the drive for the Blue Devils. Now with an unbalanced line to the right, they will go back to the weak side. Duffy on the fullback dive. This time will not get much. Good job by the interior line for Heartland. And then I think that was Aaron Buller off the bottom of the pile there making the tackle. So just 1 for Duffy on that one. 2nd and 9. They want the toss sweep, and Pulver got hit quickly, and then he got the pitch off, and Burr gets stood up and planted backwards. Cade Oswald, the sophomore linebacker, in on that tackle, down to the 20-yard line, so a pickup of 3 there for Burr, and it's 3rd and medium, the first 3rd and medium-ish. Got to go right at 5 yards here. If you are Kenesaw, converting on 3rd down earlier, this might be 2-down territory anyway. Now a little spread look with 2 receivers. That's Burr and the second leading receiver, Schuster, out to the near side, and then Pulver up the middle. He's got the first down. Takes off on the little quarterback draw and gets it down to the 12-yard line. Picks up 9, does Pulver, and gets the first down. Again, all on the ground on this first possession of the game for Kenesaw. Tony Chapman is somewhere down on the sidelines trying to cover his stats up in the wind. We've got him up here as well tonight. Pulver on the handoff this time. Burr looking for the outside, will get inside the 10, but a nice open field tackle made by the sophomore. Jackson Stebbing came up and makes the tackle at the 8, but it's still 4 yards there for Burr. And I bring up 2nd down and 6 to go. Mentioned Schuster on the end of the line for Kenesaw. 8 catches and 3 touchdowns. Denkert, the other end, 4 touchdowns on 10 catches. And Burr has 10 catches, and he's got 3 touchdowns. So, not a lot of throwing, but effective when they do it. This is quarterback sweep with Pulver to the left side all the way. Puts his head down and gets tripped up. Let's see if they give him the first down as he is inside the 5. It looks like it's going to be 3rd down and about 1. Down to the 3-yard line. So he picked up 6, did Pulver there. And again, 3rd down. This will be the third down attempt of the drive for Kenesaw. Pulver under center, ISO play. Burr hit in the backfield, slips off the initial tackle. Pyle goes forward, and they're going to stop his progress before he ended up in the end zone. Well, official on the far side says touchdown. Official on the near side says no touchdown. Now they're going to have to converse. And it looks like they're going to call him shy of the end zone, but it's going to be real close to a first down, so they're going to measure. Stretch out that chain, and he got the first down. Not quite the touchdown. And so it is 1st and goal now for Kenesaw. That is their 5th first down of the drive. Tyson Burr, 6 carries, 28 yards on the drive so far, and perhaps looking to cap things off here. Balanced line in front of him, Pulver under center. Burr, left side, hit quickly, got it in there for the touchdown. So Burr gives the first touchdown of the game, a 2-yard score. And it is Kenesaw up 6-0 with a conversion on the way. $13 carries, all on the ground on that drive. And 63 yards, 3 for 3 on 3rd down attempts. And this is the 2-point try now. And they want Burr on the toss sweep. He's looking for the edge. He's got the edge, and Burr gets it in there for 2. So Kenesaw strikes first, 8-0 over Heartland here in the first quarter. The Huskies will get their first possession of the game when we come back. Oh, I beg your pardon. We're going to wave that one off. I was ahead of myself. Penalty flag is a hold against Kenesaw, and that will negate the run and move it back to the 11, where we will try the try again.
Time the 2-point conversion coming from just beyond the 10-yard line.
No problem, Blue. Get it.
Duffy, the fullback. Burr, the tailback in the eye. Play action. Pulver wants to throw one man out in the route, and it is knocked away at the last second by Oswald. Well, you never know how that will transpire at the end of the night, but you go from 2 points more on the board to not getting those, so 6-0 Kenesaw in front of Heartland, and the Huskies now will get it when we come back on Strive TV's Game of the Week. So we're ready for the ensuing kickoff after the drive goes down the field for Kenesaw. 63 yards what they went, all on the ground, capped off by the 2-yard touchdown run by Tyson Burr. So Heartland will get their first crack at it on offense here. And again, kicking into the wind. So if you're one of those up guys for Heartland, you got to be wary just a little bit. Ball that gets up in the air might hang up there for a while. But this is a great kick, driving Hubert all the way back and into the end zone for a touchback. So a great kickoff there for Kenesaw. Never mind what I said about hanging up in the air. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Heartland Huskies. Quarterback is Lane Hubert. He's back for his senior year. A balanced attack. Lane has thrown for 653 yards. He has ran for 791, and he's accounted for 18 total touchdowns so far in the 7 games of this season. He's got split backs behind him. One of those backs is Connor Bear, and they kind of run into each other on the first snap, and Bear goes nowhere. In fact, he might have lost a yard on the play. So a little confusion on the first snap of the game for Heartland, and they'll lose one. And now one of the Blue Devils is slow to get up, and that is 23. That is Ryan Dankert. Gets up quickly, though, and is being helped off the field. So doesn't look too serious. Maybe just got rolled up a little bit. Now he comes down to his knees as he just gets to the out-of-bounds line. Now he'll try to get back up there. So this is 2nd and 11 for Heartland. Hayes Oswald in the backfield with Hubert with 2 receivers in the near side. They go option the far side. Oswald looking for a block. Hayes has got the open field. Oswald down the far sideline. Nobody gonna catch Hayes. Touchdown, Heartland. 66 yards for Hayes Oswald. And a big-time answer for the Huskies. So it took just 2 plays for Heartland to answer back. And here I had read something about Heartland being not quite as explosive offensively without Austin Stewart this season. Hayes was not to be denied. Got a great block on the edge. I apologize, I missed who it was, but whoever was the end on the far side did a great job blocking the one guy that was out there, and Hubert had the good option pitch. And now the conversion, it's going to be an option pitch out to Oswald, cuts inside and will not make the goal line. So that was well defended that time. Coming down the line was Dalton Olson. Had to make sure to get Dalton in there, but Dalton makes the tackle on the conversion. So 2 touchdowns on the board and 2 failed conversions. We are tied at 6 here in the first quarter between Heartland and Kenesaw as the balloons fly here in Henderson. Tony, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Nope, still ringing down there. So 2 plays on the answer drive for Heartland and the 66-yard touchdown run for Hayes Oswald. And we're square at 6. And on a night like this, in what a game that both teams have to feel like this has got to be the start of the playoffs for them, really. Neither team has had a ton of games, maybe more than 1 or 2, really, for Heartland. And Kenesaw, I'm not sure maybe even has. Maybe Elm Creek in week 1, where you've seen your starters play much into the second half, let alone the fourth quarter. I think both teams are expecting a 4-quarter game, so this is going to feel more like a playoff game than much of anything else they've had in the last few weeks. And we've got the start of something good so far. So Kenesaw will take over 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line after the kickoff into the end zone. Again, still in this first quarter, moving into a pretty good south wind. Hubert, Bear, Stebbing, Oswald, and Oswald in the defensive backfield. Buller, Maltzberger, and Peters along the defensive line for Heartland. And before this play goes anywhere, a penalty flag on somebody. And encroachment against the defense is going to be the call. So just lining up in the neutral zone that time was Heartland, and a free 5. For Kenesaw, and this will be Duffy, the fullback, on the dive play. Gets a couple of yards and gets stopped up quickly. Hayes Oswald, who just had the touchdown, makes the tackle, but Duffy does pick up about 2.5 or so. And it will be 2nd down and along 2 short 3 to go. We'll call it right at 2 yards to go for Kenesaw. I formation. They want to pull a guard this time, and it gets all plugged up, and Heartland there to snuff it out. Burr did not make the line of scrimmage that time. Oswald again in on the tackle for the Huskies. In fact, it might have been both Oswalds, and Jackson Stebbing in there as well. So 3rd down and 2 to go. Kenesaw was 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions on their opening drive, and facing one here going into the wind with 4:48 to go in the first quarter. Duffy left side on the ISO. He has got the first down as he spins out across the 25 out near the 28-yard line. He picks up 4 on the play. Burr already with 9 carries and 34 yards in the contest. First and 10 from their own 28-yard line. They want the end around coming to the near side, looking for one block, but a nice open field tackle. The carry was by Ryan Denkert that time, but Oswald read it well and came up and made the tackle. Jackson Stebbing there as well. 4 yards on a play that perhaps could have gained a fair bit more with one good block out there. And the one block was there, but Stebbing came up and read it pretty well. As it becomes basically a 4-man front. Now walk up a couple of linebackers. The fullback, Duffy, spins down, actually slipped down a little bit as he took the handoff in the backfield. Good pressure by Connor Peters in the middle of the defensive line for Heartland. Makes it a no gain, and 3rd down and 6. But again, 3rd down has not phased Kenesaw yet tonight. 4 for 4 with one more attempt on the way. 3:24 and counting before the end of the first quarter. And at the quarter, of course, will turn ends. And then Kenesaw will get the wind at their back. You can hear it in my microphone, I can tell you that. Pulver in the shotgun on 3rd and 6. Looking to throw out in the flat just over his intended receiver. Out there was Duffy. He was open, was probably going to have the first down, but Pulver overthrew it by just a fuzz, And that will bring up 4th down and perhaps a decision for Kenesaw coach Craig Schnitzler. What does he want to do here? It would appear that he has got a punt formation. So Oswald goes back to receive the punt. Burr will go into punt formation. And Burr will kick it away. Kind of wobbly and hangs up there. Oswald going to let it bounce. Takes a nice bounce down to about the 13-yard line. So that's where Heartland will have it 1st and 10 at their own 13 here with 3:02 to play in the first quarter. Wind at their back, and the last time they had the ball, they only had it 2 snaps when Hayes Oswald took an option pitch, 66 yards down the far sideline for a touchdown. What do the Huskies have up their sleeves here on their 2nd possession of the game? And this is the fullback dive, and Connor Bear out across the 15 near the 17-yard line. Pickup of 4 or 5. Give him right at 5. Tyson Burr and Schuster in on that tackle for Kenesaw. Now splitting out to the near side comes Ben Mestel for Heartland. 2 receivers out to the right, and Hubert in the backfield by himself. Sends a man in motion and drops the snap. Now Hubert just got to keep it and run. Now can he get one block out there? He does. There goes Hubert down the far sideline. Lane looking to cut back in. He will evade the tackler and score. No penalty flags. Another big touchdown run. This one, 63 yards for the Huskies. So Lane Hubert, we saw him pop a couple of long runs in the playoffs, the 3-game run in the playoffs that Heartland had last year. And this time he goes, we'll call it 62 on the touchdown run, and now the all-important conversion with split backs behind Lane. Little toss, that is Bear, and not much going. He stretches forward, and they call him down. So Bear held up just shy of the goal line, but it does leave it Heartland 12, Kenesaw 6, 2:18 to play here in the opening quarter yet. We still have yet to get to the end of this quarter. We'll try to get Tony Chapman on the phone coming up here in just a minute. Tony, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Tony, can you hear me now? Hey, there
yes.
You are. Okay. Hey, I thought this was supposed to be a grinded-out kind of run it all night kind of game. We're seeing run it all night kind of game, but we're seeing big plays all of a sudden from this Husky team.
Yeah, Heartland has kind of spread the field, it looks like, and trying to create a little math advantage with their offense so far. And 2 big plays, one from Hayes Oswald, one from Lane Hubert here. And Kenesaw, it appears, is pretty content to try to play keep away. They're going to need to grind out some first downs, it looks like.
Yeah, and they got plenty of those so far. We'll see if that keeps transpiring. How do you see the offensive and defensive line matchup so far tonight? Might be hard to tell exactly what Heartland's got at this point, as we're going to play this with Burr as he knocked the ball down before it scooted into the end zone, and Burr will get out across the 20. They'll mark him at the 22-yard line there. But curious, Tony, what it looks like down there as far as the offensive line for Kenesaw. A little bit undersized weight-wise with that front 3 of Heartland, and then Huskies have really kind of brought some linebackers up too.
Yeah, exactly. Heartland's really trying to, move the front up a little bit, almost bringing 4 or 5 guys instead of their base 3. But I think Kenesaw's handled it pretty well. They're going to stay power, so they're going to have to figure out a way to block those Heartland
Yeah, this is basically a 5-3 defense here. Tony, we'll call you back a little bit later. It's a little breezy down there, isn't it?
A little.
Okay. Pulver, the quarterback, keeps it over the left side and picks up 2 on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Up the middle, this is Pulver, the quarterback, shy just barely of a 1st down. He picks up a good 7 of the 8 that he needed, though. So Oswald makes the stop, but from that, well, normally it's a safety spot, but effectively, as we've seen tonight, Heartland, part of the defensive game plan right now, bringing kind of 2 linebackers up to the line of scrimmage and essentially having 3 linebackers behind them. So almost a 5-3 defense. And this is Burr. Hit. The ball is loose in the backfield, and the Huskies have got the football. Morgan Maltzberger comes up with it for the Huskies, and they force the first turnover of the ball game. Not sure that Burr ever really had it real well, and Maltzberger there to pounce on it after Morgan was one of the guys causing havoc to get into the backfield. And so 1st and 10 for Heartland now from the Kenesaw 27-yard line. They want the toss sweep. This is Oswald looking for the corner. Hayes has got the edge and then gets smacked out of bounds by Schuster right at the 25. Hayes picks up about 2 on the play. That will significantly reduce his rushing average from 66 yards all the way down to, like 33 yards a carry. Second down and 8 from the 25. And the clock stopped as Oswald was out of bounds. So this might be important for Heartland. 44 seconds left in the first quarter, and the wind decidedly at your back. So everything's been downhill if you're Heartland so far in this first quarter. And this is Connor Bear looking for some room over to the right side. And Connor, a big, strong kid, plows forward for about 3 on that carry. Duffy in on the tackle for Kenesaw. It is going to bring up 3rd down and about 4.5, almost 5. This is going to be the first 3rd down attempt of the game for Heartland. They have not had a 3rd down attempt because of the 2 long touchdown runs. Hubert goes under center with split backs behind him. He will play action, roll, throws it deep down the field, got a man just off the fingertips of his intended receiver. Hayes Oswald had 6 points if his fingers were an inch longer. Right in and out of the hands. Good play call, but it will bring up 4th and 5. Both quarterbacks are 0 for 1 throwing the ball, by the way. And this is Hubert's quarterback keep on the option. He's got it for the touchdown. 23 yards for Lane Hubert, and the Huskies have struck again. So the 4th down conversion works on the option to the short side of the field, and 3 touchdowns here in the first quarter for the Huskies. So what will the 2-point have? Oswald goes in motion. Low snap to Hubert, Lane over the middle, and with a defender all over him, Jackson Stebbing gets the catch for the 2. So just like that, at the end of 1, it is Heartland 20, Kenesaw 6. We flip ends, the wind at the backs of the Blue Devils here coming up in the second quarter. So Kenesaw will have it on the ensuing kickoff after the touchdown run on 4th down from Lane Hubert. And the Huskies will be kicking into the wind, and it is a low squibber along the ground, and it's picked up by Kennerts and upended at the 30-yard line by Jackson Denkert, on the return. So 1st and 10, and pretty good field position here for Kenesaw. Blue Devils went right down the field, all on the ground on their opening possession of the game with a touchdown run by Tyson Burr. But since then, it's been a punt and then a fumble on a 3rd and 3 attempt that Burr maybe never had a handle on the handoff. And Heartland has been able to convert all 3 of their possessions into touchdowns. Now a play-action pass. Pulver looking to his right. It is tipped up into the air and incomplete. Jackson Stebbing was there to knock it free, and if Jackson doesn't do that, it's probably a touchdown. So Denkert was the intended receiver. Pulver 0 for 2 so far in the ballgame, but that was a really good defense by Stebbing, who was beat by a step, but able to reach out and knock the ball away at the very last second. So right away on the drive, 2nd and 10 for Kenesaw. Burr going to keep it on the sweep to the right, now cuts back up into the middle of the field, and he's got 5 right to the 35-yard line. Stebbing was there along with Hayes Oswald. And it will be 3rd and 5. Actually, they do call it just across the 35, but not quite to the 36 is what Tony would say. So he gets 5 yards, although it looks like a short 5 to go for the first down. Got to get right to midfield. Just underway here in the second quarter. 3 Husky touchdowns in the first period. Pulver under center. Once the handoff, Burr stretches right to that maroon and white line at midfield, and that will be enough for the first down. So how about 7 first downs already in the game, 5 of 6 on 3rd down attempts. Tyson Burr has earned it tonight, 12 carries, 43 yards. It's a guy that was averaging just shy of 8 yards a carry. So coming into tonight, so averaging less than 4 a carry right now against the Husky defense. Now a little spread formation. Pulver in the shotgun sends 2 receivers out to his right. That's the way he is looking. Sets up, lobs it deep out there. A man is open but incomplete. That was Hubert providing the coverage of the intended receiver, John Schuster. And that one, the wind might have carried just a little bit farther than what Schuster was able to run to. I've been in practice 9 times out of 10 that was dropped in there perfectly from Pulver, but just a little bit too far with the wind at his back brings up 2nd and 10. And 0 for 3 through the air is Taylor Pulver right now, the 150-pound junior quarterback. Now it's Denkert and Burr split to the near side. That's Duffy in the backfield with Pulver on 2nd and 10 from right at the midfield stripe. This is Pulver on the quarterback, keep the whole way, hit at the line, will go forward. Then we got a penalty flag that comes down, but that might actually be in the area of a face mask against Heartland. Let's see what the call is. No, hold against Kenesaw is going to be the call. So it's going to be 10 yards back from the 40-yard line. Second penalty of the game for Kenesaw. Both of them have been holds, and remember, the first hold was on the 2-point conversion after their touchdown that took 2 points off the board, and then a great Heartland defensive play broke up a pass in the end zone for the 2. So the first penalty, very important as it took points off the board. This one is still 2nd down, but now 2nd and 20 from your own 30 with Burr dotting the I formation. Pulver under center. He will play action. Look back to his right. Denkert wide open out on the right side. Only Oswald there to try to tackle him, and Hayes gets him down, but it is, well, they mark it just shy of the 30, so he got 19 of it back, but big play for Denkert on the catch. So 19 yards, but not quite a first down for Kenesaw. Third and very, very short here for Kenesaw. This will be Burr on the right side. He's got the first down, looking for more. Now Tyson Burr stiff arms his way into the end zone, and a touchdown for Kenesaw. 30 yards for Tyson Burr. His second touchdown run of the night. And a big answer there for Kenesaw. They needed points, and they got it. And again, only one conversion has been made good so far in this game. Heartland 1 for 3. Kenesaw 0 for 1 so far. Pressure right away, and Pulver will not get that pass off. Maltzberger was there first, and on the cleanup was Cade Oswald. So the conversion fails again. And in the second quarter, it's Heartland 20, Kenesaw 12. We will come back to Henderson after this. Heartland set to receive this kickoff. As Wyatt Hanson on the doing the kicking duties, by the way, for Kenesaw. Oswald and Hubert back deep for Heartland. This kickoff pounded through the back of the end zone, an easy touchback with the wind at his back for Wyatt Hanson. So Heartland 1st and 10 from their own 15. First and 10 for Heartland with split backs behind Lane Hubert. And it's going to be 5 against the Huskies, their second penalty of the night. So back to the 10. This drive will start for Heartland. 9:35 to go. Hard count. They want the little trap. That's Connor Bear coming to the near side. He picks up about 3. John Schuster in on that tackle. Bear really hasn't gotten consistently going just yet. Of course, that was only his 4th carry of the night. It's because Hubert has 2 touchdowns and 84 total yards on the ground, and Hayes Oswald has a 66-yard touchdown run as well. Haven't had a lot of snaps, only 9 offensive snaps so far for Heartland. And this is looking for a run for Hubert. Tried right, and then he got tangled back and goes to the left, and Dalton Olson said that was enough of that, and it's going to be 3rd down and long to go. 3rd and 15 coming. 3rd and 14 coming for the Huskies. They lost 3 yards there. Sam Shookeye in on the tackle as well. 9 carries right now and 159 yards. Of course, that means that before this drive it was 7 carries, 159 yards. This is Oswald on a reverse, and Hayes had his steam going, but Kenesaw knew it was coming. A big tackle there made by Sam Shookeye. Just 1 yard for Hayes, and it's 4th down coming for Heartland. nobody back to return this for Kenesaw. Playing defense the whole way. Just going to let that thing bounce. It's going to take a Kenesaw bounce. And stopped by Jackson Stebbing at the 36-yard line. So just a 23-yard punt there into the stiff wind. And really good field position here for Kenesaw. Trailing by just 8, 20-12 with 7:50 to go here in the first half. Heartland scoring 3 touchdowns in the first quarter after Burr had a touchdown run on the first possession of the game for Kenesaw. And then Burr, last time out, had a 30-yard touchdown run himself. What does he have for an encore? Burr dots the I, Pulver under center. It'll be a play action. Pulver steps right, fires over the middle, caught wide open. Now it's a race. Denkert is open. He's going to have it for the touchdown. A one-play answer for Kenesaw. 35 yards in the score. Denkert has both catches in the game. Now 19 and 35 makes 54 yards. And again, a conversion to try to tie things up here with 7:41 to go. Balanced line in front of Pulver, and Burr dots the I. They want the toss sweep for Tyson Burr. Hit behind the line. He will not make it into the end zone. Boy, great job. That was Cade Oswald came up and made the tackle. So despite giving up the touchdown, Heartland does not give up the lead. Kenesaw is 0 for 3 on conversions tonight. Heartland only has the one, but that's the difference right now. 20-18 with 7:41 to go in the second quarter. Kenesaw's possessions in this game, 3 touchdowns, a punt, and a fumble. Heartland's possessions in this game, touchdown, 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 punt so far in the game. Last time Wyatt Hansen had a kickoff with the wind at his back, he landed it at the back of the end zone. This one is going to land at the goal line, but still scoot into the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 for Heartland from their own 15-yard line. Feast or famine so far in this game for Heartland. Touchdown runs of 62, 66, and 22. The next longest play after that, 5. Now, there haven't been that many. 3 touchdown runs and 10 carries total. So Heartland really hasn't had the ball a lot. Only 11 total offensive attempts in the game so far for the Huskies. Perhaps a long offensive possession would do them some good. A toss sweep. This is Oswald trying the left side, then cutting back in the middle. He's got 4. Schuster making the tackle. Again, we mentioned in the pregame, neither of these teams have played a game into the fourth quarter with the starters for quite some time. For Heartland, it hasn't been since week 3, which was actually week 4, against Nebraska Christian when they won 38-26. For Kenesaw, it probably hasn't happened since week 1 against Elm Creek. And a penalty flag comes down right where Hubert makes a cut on this play, thrown in the general vicinity of holding. So it might be 2 for Hubert and then 10 behind, as it would be 3rd and 5 for Heartland. I would assume Kenesaw would take this. That is indeed the case. So 2 for Hubert to go forward, but then the offense goes backwards 10. And it will be second down again. Lane Hubert, 4 carries for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns, but Lane's last 2 carries have netted 1 yard. Hayes Oswald, his first carry was 66 yards for a touchdown. Since then, 7 total yards. And Connor Bear, 10 total yards. So outside of the big plays, it hasn't been much of anything going for Heartland's offense. Can they get something going consistently now on 2nd and 15? And this is Oswald looking for the sweep. Hot Hayes Oswald down the sideline, gets it to the 20. Picks up 10 yards there, where it will bring up 3rd down and 5. From the 20-yard line. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Got to get it across the 25 since he had it on the 15 after the touchback. Hubert will go into the shotgun. That is Mestel and I believe Oswald in are the split receivers to the near side. And that is Oswald in motion, but before this thing gets going, an offensive penalty is going to be 5 yards back against the Huskies. So procedure now, that's 4 penalties on the night for Heartland. 3 on the offense and 1 on the defense, and 2 of them on this drive. So could have had this first down a couple times over, but instead it is 3rd and 10. And again, going into the wind, Kenesaw has scored on their last 2 possessions. The momentum on the side of the Blue Devils right now. 3rd and 10 for Heartland. Oswald goes in motion. Fake him the jet sweep. Loop Hubert looking for the screen pass, and Stebbing makes the catch, but is cut down quickly. Great defensive play made by Daniel Duffy. That could have been a big play for Stebbing. Instead, it's just 3 yards, and 4th and 7 upcoming. First pass completed of the night by Hubert, and Burr back to return this. He's got some time, but he will let it blow dead right near the sideline. Stebbing will down it at the 37 of Kenesaw. But the Blue Devil defense does their job. They get the punt from Heartland. Kenesaw will have it 1st and 10 from their own 37 with 5:10 remaining here in the first half. They've scored on each of their last 2 possessions. One of them a 30-yard touchdown run by Tyson Burr, and the next possession was a 1-play drive, a 35-yard catch for Ryan Denkert over the middle, and there was nobody home, sprinted to the end zone. Power play near side, that's Burr wiggling his way forward, then Hubert trying to strip the ball out of there as Maltzberger is in on the tackle as well from a defensive line spot. Burr will get just 1 on the play. Tyson Burr, 14 carries, 74 yards on the night.
Here we go, bro.
2nd and 9 with 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. I formation behind Pulver. Now Burr out in motion to the right. And it's going to be a quarterback keep for Pulver. Spins away from a tackler. He's got a first down. The old follow me play. Some guy named Scott Frost used to run that in Lincoln a few years ago. And that is going to be 8 yards and a first down for Pulver. That makes it the 10th first down of the first half for the Blue Devils. 2 for 5 through the air. 26 carries for 131 yards on the ground. Pulver wants to play action. Has a man on the wheel route. Far side. It is open. It is caught. Schuster is inside the 5. 1st and goal, Kenesaw. That one picks up 31 yards. Schuster on that catch. Mentioned they don't throw it often. 58 attempts on the season in 7 games. is all, and 35 completions. Pretty good percentage, 718 yards. Yardage-wise, these teams very, very similar through the air coming into this game. First and goal from the 1. Burr right into the middle of the Heartland defense. The pile moves, and they will say touchdown. And Kenesaw has regained the lead at 24-20. Tyson Burr, 3 touchdown runs here in the first half. And again, the all-important conversion. We have seen 1 conversion successful here tonight. That was Jackson Stebbing making a heck of a catch to do that for Heartland. Now the toss sweep. Burr cuts back into the middle, lunges, and he's got the run. (26-20), Kenesaw has the lead here in the first half. 3:44 to play before the halftime break. Step aside real quick. We'll get Tony Chapman on the phone here in just a moment.
Hello.
Tony is down there on the sideline. We've got him. We're live right now, Tony. Suddenly, momentum is all on the side of those guys in the white jerseys and blue helmets over there.
Yeah, all the momentum. I'm trying to get a tweet out here, Eric. But, yeah, it was 32 Duffy and then 6 scored Tyson Burr. Yeah, all the momentum here. Heartland's offense just kind of bogged down into the wind, which has really kind of been the key here because they haven't been able to sustain a drive. No first downs this quarter. And Kenesaw has been able to obviously move it effectively. And now the quarterback for Kenesaw, let me look. Taylor Pulver. Yeah, boy, he's had a great year, second quarter, 3 complete passes. And they've added him in the run game, too, which has been another dimension for Kenesaw.
Yeah, and when I asked you before what the offensive line matchup was it for Kenesaw and for Heartland, as this kickoff is going to come down the sideline and it is going to go out of bounds. Is Kenesaw? Is Kenesaw able to lean on Heartland a little bit, or are they doing a pretty good job just kind of creating some seams?
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're leaning on him on really very much. When you look at it down here on the line play, you know, Heartland is really, they're trying to spread it out and run it wide. And I think Kenesaw's support this quarter has just been a little better than they've been able to fill. And then offensively, going in, just those little holes. And they're getting 4 or 5. They got the big touchdown run from Burr, obviously. What's really hurt Heartland here in the second quarter has been the 3 big pass plays.
Right. Yep, Pulver's completed 3 straight. Tony, we'll check in here at halftime. Thanks, man.
Yep.
So 3:44 to go here in the first half, and an important drive for Heartland, starting with it after the kickoff out of bounds. This is a loose ball in the backfield, and Kenesaw's got the football. Blue Devils jump on it. John Schuster picks up the fumble for Kenesaw, and the Blue Devils back in business. So each team with a turnover. This feels like a killer right now for Heartland. And Kenesaw, with all the momentum on their side. And boy, and I tell you, if Connor Bayer had the football, he'd have scored there because nobody tackled him as he went diving through the middle of the defensive line for Kenesaw. But there's a reason he didn't get tackled. He didn't have the ball. Kenesaw had the ball. Now they've got it 1st and 10 from the Heartland 21-yard line. Pulver under center. Once the pitch out the backside to Burr. Tyson's got a few yards, now still on his feet as he dances out of bounds, and he is going to be shy of a first down, but does well to stay in bounds as long as he did. And Burr, they're going to give 7 yards to on that carry.
Burr's carry good for 7 yards.
2nd down and 3 to go here. This is Burr off the right side. It's been Tyson Burr all here in the second quarter. What a dipsy-do for the touchdown. 14 yards on the carry for Tyson Burr and his 3rd touchdown of the game. Make it his 4th touchdown now of the game. Boy, got into the secondary and even had time to do a little shimmy move at about the 7 to cut off the last block down there, and he gets his way into the end zone. Now Burr dots the I again. They want the end around, though. This is Schuster coming near side. He did not make it. Good tackle by Connor Bear to keep him out of the end zone. So those conversions, very, very important, but still, it is Kenesaw 32 and Heartland 20. That is 4 straight touchdowns scored and 26 straight points scored by Kenesaw here with 3:25 to go in the first half. As always, a big thank you to our presenting sponsors on Strive TV and our Strive TV Game of the Week. We say especially a thank you to Cornerstone Bank, Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha, and Truck Center Companies. They've got great career opportunities at dieseltex.com. Nova Fitness Equipment, you got a project, maybe the school project needs an upgrade of some equipment in the weight room or an entire remodel of the weight room. Nova Fitness Equipment, they've got you covered. And for, of course, all your banking needs, Cornerstone Bank, with locations just about on every corner you can possibly think of in a community near you, can take care of you and all of your banking needs, and even online banking as well. So cornerstoneconnect.com, their website. Thank you to Cornerstone Bank, Nova Fitness Equipment, and Truck Center Companies. Kenesaw 32, Heartland 20, and the Huskies trying to get anything going consistently now on offense, because it has been a rough night outside of those 3 big runs for Heartland. Second play of the game for Heartland. Hayes Oswald went 66 yards. The next drive, a 62-yarder from Lane Hubert, and then the next drive was a 22-yarder from Lane Hubert. Lane will fake the end around on the kickoff return, looking for a seam down the far sideline. He's got it, and down goes Hubert, and he is gone. 75 yards on the kickoff return for Lane Hubert. Boy, faked the end around, kind of the reverse return, coming to the near side and got the wall set up to the far side, and a big-time return and needed for the Heartland, for anyway. Points on the board are a big thing here. And now the all-important conversion. Hubert going to keep it. Now he's going to throw it late, and a big stick. Bear had it in his mitts, but then got popped. It was Burr that makes the hits. The pass fails, and our score. Kenesaw 32, Heartland 26 with 3:11 to go here in the first half. Touchdowns aplenty here in Henderson. So Heartland will kick it away. Tyson Burr waits deep for Kenesaw. This will be fielded by one of the up guys and across the 25, and a penalty flag is going to come in towards the end of this one. So this is going to be yards at the end of this run. The return by Denkert is a face mask against Heartland. Just a 5-yarder, though. And it will be 1st and 10 for Kenesaw from their own 32-yard line. Two receivers out to the right. Dankert, the tight end, on the near side. They want the read play back inside, and it's Duffy, and a penalty flag comes down right near where a block was being made. Connor Bear ended up on the ground, but I'm thinking that's going to be a hold. It is. That's going to be Duffy's going to get 3 yards, and then it's going to be first down in about 13. Actually, first and about 17 to go. Just the third penalty of the night, but 30 yards lost, all of them 10-yard penalties. In fact, all of them have been holding calls against Kenesaw. So move it back to the 24, where it will still be first down, but first and about 17 to go. And then Cade Oswald a little shaken up on that play as he gets a little help off the field. So that same formation, Duffy to the right of Pulver, tight end on the left side of the offensive line, and two receivers out to the right. This is Pulver keeping it the whole way on the low snap, just ahead of steam. Into the secondary goes, and then gets pulled backwards shy of the midfield line. But on 1st and 17, that's a nice pickup of about 14 yards for Pulver. So 2nd and 4, nothing lost on the down and distance, basically, if you're Kenesaw. Burr hit quickly, but able to wiggle through, and then he carries 3 Huskies 3 more yards for a first down. Tyson Burr, not the biggest guy on the field by any means, but running hard when he got behind those pads and gets it to the Heartland 38-yard line. The 11th first down of the first half for Kenesaw. 2:05 to play before the first half. Kenesaw leading 32-26. Play action to Burr. Pulver pressured, hit, gets away once, but not 3, 4, 5. All coming in there. First guy through was Connor Bear to slow him down, and then the entire defensive line got in there for the sack. And a loss of 5 yards on the play. And a timeout for Kenesaw. So, actually a loss of about 6. Timeout for Kenesaw, their first of the half. They're going to reset the clock to 1:39 is what they want. 1:39 here in the first half. That timeout taken. So it's going to be 2nd and 16 from their own 37 again for Kenesaw when play resumes. Wind at the back of Kenesaw, out of the south here, north-south field in Henderson, of course. Got a halftime video to be seen on the stream, I understand, so we'll let that go, and Tony and I will talk about some stats, maybe even check in with some other scores from around the state. Team's back on the field and ready for 2nd and 16 from the 37. So Pulver under center, I formation behind him. And they want a play action pass. A receiver out in the flat is Dankert, carrying the Husky defender all the way down to the 30-yard line. That was 10 full yards after he was being tackled by Jackson Stebbing, and Jackson usually pretty good tackler, but Dankert was not going to be denied on the little fullback underneath there. Of the 16, he got 13 back. So this is 3rd down and 3 to go. And it is a first down for Duffy, the fullback. Excuse me, Burr. Stop the clock to set the chains with 1:06 to go. And the ball at the 23, and going to get a timeout for Kenesaw. Check out hashtag NEBPreps on Twitter. Just seeing what I see here. Fall City leading Syracuse at half, 12-6. Scott leading Bennington in Class B, 35-13 at the half. Bellevue West leading 21-7. 3:05 left in the first half of that one. Arcadia Loop City leading Fillmore Central 36-0 at the half. Gordon Rushville over Cozad 13-8. Shelby Rising City is leading Cross County at halftime 38-14. Norfolk Catholic leading West Point Beamer in a big one in C1, 36-7 at halftime. West Point Beamer hasn't been undefeated this late in the season for a long, long time. So here it is, 1st and 10 from the 23. Pulver pump fakes to his right. Now he's got pressure rolling to his right. Maybe looking for a block, and he might have had the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Clock will continue to roll. So we're under a minute to go here in the first half. Stebbing makes the tackle on Pulver right at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10, and the clock again continuing to move. Wind at the back. Denkert and Burr split to the near side. Duffy in the backfield to Pulver. Now a whistle and a timeout. I think Heartland was a little misaligned on defense, and Coach Maltzberger and the Huskies will take their first timeout of the game. 32-26, Kenesaw with the lead and the football. 36 seconds left here in the first half.
Still trying to get in on that exercise raffle. Number 65 items.
Tyson Burr, 19 carries for 107 yards and 4 touchdowns here in the first half for Kenesaw. Part of 35 carries and 175 yards as a team for the Blue Devils. So after the timeout, Kenesaw flips the formation with Schuster and Burr split out to the right side. Pulver takes the snap, bobbles it for a moment, now pass over the middle. Burr has it out of bounds right near the first down stick. Going to stop the clock no matter what. And it looks like they are going to give him the first down. Well, I take that back. They're going to measure. They're literally on the same sideline as the chains. They're going to bring them 3 feet in the shortest trip the chain gang has ever made for an official measurement. And it is going to be a first down. First and 10 with 31 seconds for Kenesaw. Blue Devils with a timeout in their pocket. Pulver keeping it to the left side the whole way, drug down from behind, inside the 10, down to about the 8, and they're going to take a timeout with 25 seconds left. Pulver picks up about 5 on that play. And again, that should be the final timeout of the first half for Kenesaw. Blue Devils, by the way, with a long possession to start the game in the first quarter, And then seemingly a long possession to end this first half. If they can finish it with points, essentially stealing a possession from Heartland, Huskies will get the ball first in the second half. Been 4 straight touchdowns. Four on the ground and 1 through the air. 5 of 8 passing right now actually is Pulver. He has a quarterback rating of 217 as we speak. So this will be 2nd down and 6 from the 13-yard line. Pulver in the shotgun. Rolls to his right. Burr slips out, pass over the middle. It is caught. Dinkert's got it for the touchdown. Oh, that backside tight end. He has been sneaky tonight. 13-yard score to Dinkert. Dinkert, 2 touchdown catches here in the first half. And the conversion attempt on the way. Basically, Heartland hasn't had the ball They've had 1 snap in the last 3 minutes of this half. They do have a kickoff return for a touchdown in there, but otherwise it's been now Burr wants to throw on the conversion. He will to Dankert. Well covered by Hubert, and still Burr gets the pass to Dankert. How about that? Makes it 40-26 here with 20 seconds to go before the half. .300 yards, 6 touchdowns for Kenesaw here in the first half. And 34 points put up here in the second period. Heartland will need to do some adjusting at halftime. The rushing game, it is interesting. Yardage-wise is only 3 yards difference. 176 for Heartland and 179 for Kenesaw. But Heartland's have come on 13 carries while Kenesaw has ran the ball 36 times. How about this disparity? Kenesaw, 45 offensive snaps. Heartland, just 15. Heartland is aided by the kickoff return for a touchdown, but goodness, that's no way to play football if you don't have the football. So Kenesaw will be kicking off. Wyatt Hansen will have the wind at his back. Still plenty breezy out of the south. Out in Kearney for state state cross country earlier today. Had wind gusts probably somewhere around 30, 35 miles an hour. It's still a good 15 or 20. Up against the press box, it's not too bad. Hidden by the wind just a little bit. One of the up men, that's Stebbing, actually going to return this thing for Heartland. He gets across the 30 and then gets popped down there. So 15 seconds and 2 timeouts to work with if Heartland wants to use them and try to get something going into the wind, or if you just try to get yourself to halftime. The last 4 possessions that have been an actual possession for Heartland have been punt, and fumble. Don't forget, last time they received a kickoff, Lane Hubert took it back for a touchdown, but the offense the last 3 possessions has done essentially nothing. Hubert in the shotgun. Penalty flag is going to be against Heartland again. The timing on that little jet motion where the receiver comes in motion towards the line of scrimmage has been a little bit off tonight for Heartland. And the backs and the receivers and the quarterbacks in the center, not quite all on the same page. So 1st and 15, still with 15 seconds left. And they will give it on the handoff to Oswald. Hayes looking for a block, has a couple of them down the near sideline, steps out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Picks up 13 yards there for Hayes. And it will be 2nd down and about 2 with 9 seconds left. Heartland coach Matt Baltzberger calling the Offensive play. Everybody checks the wristbands, and then they break the huddle. Mestel and Oswald, the receivers on the near side. Hubert in the shotgun by himself. Sends Oswald in motion. Lane drops the snap now, has to just scramble for it. Hubert trying to get out of bounds. He will with 3 seconds left, so there will be one more snap here. Sometimes, as Heartland has shown us, though, that's all they need. Mestel and Stebbing going to split out to the left side. Everybody back deep, and Heartland's going to need a timeout just to avoid a delay of game here. So one more timeout before we end this first half. Boy, we've been playing football for an hour and 20 minutes. That's a long first half. And a 14-point Kenesaw lead. And remember, like we said, Kenesaw got the ball first in the first half, as Heartland won the toss and declined. So the Huskies will get the ball first in the second half. If you're a Husky fan, boy, would this not be huge to get a touchdown right before the end of the half and then get the ball first to start the third quarter. I mean, you still have looking at the scoreboard, and you're like, oh man, we've given up 40 in the first half, but you're only down by 2 touchdowns. You're only down 14 points, 2 touchdowns and 1 conversion. And it's a tie ball game. So this is important. This is not a go quietly into the half kind of finish here. This would be big if Heartland can get something on the board. And even if they don't, second half is going to be big. So from right at the 40-yard line on 3rd and 3, Hubert will step up, and he will not make it out of the grasp of the defensive tackle, Dalton Olson. Olson gets the sack on the last play of the first half. And Kenesaw will go into the halftime locker room with a 14-point lead, 40-26 over the hometown Heartland Huskies. Huskies will have some work to do on the grease board, try to draw a few things up a little bit differently, maybe change some techniques. Kenesaw, man, they have been lethal on the ground, have they not? We'll add up some stats, and we'll get those to you coming up here in the second half. I believe we have a halftime video that we wanted to show, so we can play that halftime video just as soon as they get it dialed up.
My name is Tyra Dick. I participate in volleyball and track, and I've had 3 knee surgeries. Hi, my name is Alexis Siebert. I participate in FBLA, and one thing you may not know about me is I'm double jointed in my thumb. Hi, my name is Shane Giedner. I am the drum major for the Heartland Band this year, and something you may not know about me is that I work at Henderson State Band.
Hi, my name is Brittany Queering. I participate in track, and one thing people may not know about me is that I love cats.
Hi, my name is Tara Joyner. I partake in band, choir, FFA, and NHS. And my favorite movie is Finding Nemo.
My name is Bailey Peters. I participate in basketball, track, chorus, band, FBLA, NHS, jazz band, chamber singers, probably more, I think. Something you may not know about me is that I'm double jointed in my elbow, and you can see it pop. It's kind of weird.
My name is Josh Walter. One of my hobbies is fishing, and you may not know that I'm going to be doing.
Hi, my name is Taylor Queering. I participate in volleyball, basketball, track, NHS, choir, bands, jazz band, chamber singers, what else? Art club, science club, if you want to count that. And you may not know about me, I am a cat lover.
My name is Oscar Wadmark, and I will participate in tracking and basketball. You may not know this about me, but I'm actually afraid of the water.
Hi, I'm Kyle Ott, and I participate in football, basketball, track, NHS, FFA, Quiz Bowl. I think that's it. And something you may not know about me is I have to have my socks off when I go to sleep.
My name is Sadie Carr. I participate in FBLA One Act, the plays, the musicals. I participate in art club, science club, math club, volleyball, basketball, track, and I am left-handed. That's something that people do not know about me.
My name is Aaron Bowler. I participate in football, basketball, track, and FBLA. One thing that you may not know about me is I have a crooked middle finger.
My name is Isabella Vanderneck. I participate in an NHS, FBLA, Quiz Bowl, art club, and basically every club. And something people may not know about me is these 2 teeth are partly fake.
My name is Connor Bear, and I participate in football, basketball, track, FFA, NHS, and science club. And one thing you may not know about me is I tend to pick my nose with my left hand.
My name is Corinne Arbuck, and I participate in basketball, track, NHS, FFA, art club, science club, and yeah. Something people might not know about me is that I've had 4 knee surgeries.
My name is Lane Hubert. I participate in football, basketball, track, NHS, and FFA. And one thing you do not know about me is that I'm a lifeguard for our local pool.
My name is Devin Stamp. I participate in FFA, NHS, and art club. And you may not know this about me, but I'm pretty awesome.
My name is Connor Peters. I participate in football, FFA, and NHS. And something you might not know about me, I had an appendectomy in kindergarten.
My name is Erina Sakata. I participate in volleyball club, FBLA, I think that's all. And I have never had long hair before.
Hi, my name is Noah Boyd. I participate in track here at the school, but I also participate in baseball during the summer and the spring and during the fall. You may not know this about me, but I guess I'm really involved with baseball and nobody really knows that about me because it's not a school sport.
My name is Hayes Oswald. The activities that I'm in are football, basketball, golf, band, art club, NHS, and FBLA. And something that people don't know about me is that I got some pretty bad hitchhiker stuff.
My name is Kyra Dick. I participate in
trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work the computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
We're back here getting ready for the start of the second half, coming up in about 2 minutes. Tony Chapman on the sideline. Tony, the play disparity, number of plays run in the first half, Kenesaw versus Heartland, it's a big number, and those big plays that were working great in that first quarter for Heartland, they kind of went away till the kickoff return for a touchdown. But offensively, boy, Heartland is really bogged down, and Kenesaw has kind of found a second gear.
Yeah, 45-19, Eric. I have. I don't know what you had up there, but the sheets are getting a little wrinkly down here to try to keep track of them. But you nailed it on the head. 36 runs for Kenesaw, and this game kind of feels like it's theirs, even though it's only 40-26. This is going to be a pretty big third quarter. I think, if I'm right, Heartland's going to get the ball here, but they're probably going to move into the win, which hasn't been a very good situation for them so far. So they need to string a drive together here and then somehow survive this third quarter, and hopefully they get a chance in the fourth quarter. I was going to ask you, and I'm sure you've got wrinkly sheets to look at there, but what is the longest possession that Heartland has had by number of plays? Did it end in a punt? Because first drive was 2 plays. The next drive was maybe – that might have been the long one, I guess. Well, no, it was still 62-yard run by Hubert. Yeah, their 3 touchdown drives in the first quarter were 2, 2, and 4. Okay. And then in the second quarter, obviously, they didn't score. They had 2 punts, so they had a it's sticky. Here it is, right here. Let's see, they had a 3-and-out, a 3-and-out.
The kickoff return for a touchdown, and then the end of the half. A fumble. And so they had, they got one for the only, no, they didn't get a first down. They did not get a first down in the second quarter. So it was a 3-and-out, a fumble, kick return, and then the end of the half. The end of the half, and they had it at the 35, so they never got that first down. So if you're Heartland, where do you try to start first, do you think?
Well, I think the outside run has been their best play. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with spreading their line out, or if they go unbalanced and try to bang it at them a little bit. The other thing is that they really need to do, Kenesaw, the offense got going, but Heartland was playing defense the whole second quarter, and so they've got to try to get something going here, a couple first downs, and try to get a score. This possession might tell us who's going to win the football game right here.
And then real quick, Tyson Burr, 19 carries, 107 yards, 4 touchdowns. Not a huge yards per carry night for Tyson, but boy, he's been a workhorse.
Yeah, he's a really nice back. He kind of just finds the hole. He knows what his role is. He gets behind his line, and I think he's got great vision once he gets to the secondary. He's done a couple stiff arms and a couple moves that have got him some extra yards. Really impressed with him.
Yep, second half kickoff, thanks, Tony, is on the ground. They're going to keep it away from Lane Hubert now. And one of the up guys, that's going to be Connor Bear, is tackled shy of the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 upcoming for the Heartland Huskies from about their own 27-yard line. It kind of goes without saying that this is a big one here in the second half for Heartland to try to get something going. Offensively, Connor Bear, 4 carries, 10 yards. Lane Hubert, 5 for 84 and 2 touchdowns. But remember, after his first 2 carries netted him 84 yards, he went -3, 2, and 1 on his next 3 carries. Hayes Oswald, 6 carries for 96 yards. Hayes is in motion. Now they'll run the option back to the near side. Try to get the crack back, and it wasn't a good crackback because it was filled nicely. Schuster comes up and makes the tackle. That's going to be a loss for Hubert on the play of 4 or 5 yards on first down. They were trying to get a crackback blocked by the receiver on the near side. I think that was Mestel that had been split out, and Schuster, the linebacker, just got too far upfield too fast for that block to happen. And so -5 on the first down brings up 2nd and 15. And now Hubert will keep it on the option to the weak side, and he goes backwards again. Boy, the defensive front for Kenesaw has come up big. That was 21, Stephen Duffy, one of the senior linebackers there, and it's another yard lost for Hubert. Suddenly it is 3rd and a bunch. With the 2 receivers out to the side, now Oswald comes in. They want to protect, and they will get it out to Stebbing in the flat, and there again for the tackle is Stephen Duffy. 2 completions have netted 6 total yards, both to Jackson Stebbing. And Duffy makes a fantastic tackle, and that is a quick 3 and out for the Heartland offense, undone by the first 2 plays of the drive going backwards. So Burr goes back to return this punt. And, boy, it seemed like there was a lot of movement. Maybe, I guess not. Kick goes out of bounds. Well, it seemed like either Heartland was way offsides or Kenesaw was way offsides. Apparently it was so bad both ways, no flag came down. Apparently if it's that bad, you just don't even throw a flag. And into the wind, that's not a great kick. It was only about an 18-yard kick. And so from the 37-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 for Kenesaw. That was not what Heartland wanted to see. On their first offensive possession, so this is Tyson Burr right up the middle, kind of dancing through the hole into the secondary, and just barely by the skin of his teeth, Jackson Stebbing able to trip up Tyson Burr. But that is 9 yards, and it was real close to being a whole lot more. 2nd and 1. .938 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Kenesaw looking for that knockout blow early on in the second half. This is the fullback, Duffy, running over guys. Stays on his feet. Duffy is at the 10. At the 5, he's got the touchdown. 34 yards for Daniel Duffy. Conversion on the way with 9:25 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Kenesaw strikes faster in the 3rd quarter than they did in the 1st quarter. Keep in mind, they got the ball first in the 1st quarter. Play action. Pulver hit in the backfield. Can he get it off? Well, he got the pass away, but Denkert was in the end zone by himself. But 7 Huskies trying to tackle Pulver as he threw that one. And so the conversion fails, but still it is a 20-point lead for the Kenesaw Blue Devils. 46-26 with 9:25 to go here in the third quarter. And again, we want to say a huge thank you to our sponsors on Strife TV for our game of the week: Cornerstone Bank, Nova Fitness Equipment, and Truck Center Companies. Let's play that beautiful Truck Center Companies commercial. Wyatt Hanson on the kickoff. That one's going to hit Connor Bear, one of the up guys. And now Connor looking for a wall of blockers to the near side. He was one guy away, but the guy that's been the man on defense here in the second half, Stephen Duffy, makes the tackle for Kenesaw. If Duffy doesn't make that tackle, Bear might be able to turn the corner. Instead, Heartland has it at their own 21-yard line. 9:18 to go here in the second half. Last time it was a 3-and-out, last possession, I should say. So Heartland needs to get something going somehow, some way. They want a counterplay to Hayes Oswald. He's hit at the end of the line and driven forward, but the linebacker that time, Ryan Denkert, who's been a stalwart on offense as well, makes the tackle. And just 2 yards for Oswald there. 2nd and 8. Split backs behind Hubert. Wants the fullback trap this time. The dive play to Connor Bear, and he is only able to get to the 25, so he only picks up 2. Connor's had tough sledding tonight. 5 carries, 12 yards for Connor Bear, who on the season was averaging 7.7 yards per carry, 104 carries for 804 yards, and 10 touchdowns on the season. Now Hubert in the shotgun, trying to get something here. Over the right side, it is incomplete. Had a man right at the sticks, but got pressure from Shukai, and that's a quick 3-and-out again for the Heartland offense. Hubert is 2 for 4 passing, but just 6 total yards. And again, into the wind. Boy, it has not been kind for Heartland tonight. Good snap. Hubert gets the punt away. And this is going to be fielded by Burr at the 33, and he has about a 7-yard return right to midfield. So again, great field position for Kenesaw. 8:09 to play in the third quarter, and the Blue Devils leading by 20. Kenesaw has scored a touchdown on all but 2 possessions tonight. They had a punt on their second possession of the game and a fumble on their third possession. Outside of that, all 6 points at least on the board. In fact, they've only got 2 conversions in the game. Otherwise, we might be close to that running clock. This is Duffy, the fullback, on the dive play. He's got 5 yards. He just scored on a 34-yarder last time he touched it. Well, Kenesaw has done that a few times tonight. They get a big play, maybe it's a touchdown, and they come right back and run the same play the first possession of first snap of the next drive. Notice that a couple times tonight. Kenesaw, 227 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. And the efficiency of passing, how about 6 of 9 through the air, 121 yards and 2 touchdowns tonight for Pulver. And this is Berg dancing over to the right side, picking his way just shy of the first down. It'll be third down and about 1.5 or so. Aaron Buller making the tackle for the Huskies. 3rd and 1 upcoming. So 3rd and 1, and has been good things happening on 3rd down. This is Pulver just keeping it right side, and he is into the open field and into the end zone. Touchdown, Taylor Pulver. 31 yards on the score. (52-26) our score, and the conversion on the way. This has been all Blue Devils tonight. 7 straight touchdowns scored by the Blue Devil offense. And we're going to get a penalty before this conversion. We're going to do the try again as we have the procedure against Kenesaw. It's about the only thing that hasn't gone well tonight. A few penalties. But for Kenesaw, it's 4 penalties, 35 yards. For Heartland, 6 penalties, but just 35 yards as well. So we try the conversion now from about the 8-yard line. Pulver drops back, looks right. Penalty flag comes down. Burr has it out in the flat, and he might have seen that penalty flag come out of the corner of his eye. And, well, this would be a decline if it's on Kenesaw. Yeah. Holding again, or face mask against Kenesaw is going to be declined, so the conversion is a fail. And that remains with our score, 52-26. Kenesaw firmly in control here in the second half, scoring on both of their possessions so far in the second half. Heartland, meanwhile, has only run 6 more plays, 24 attempts on the night offensively, and 190 yards, which you would think wouldn't be too bad, but then you look at Kenesaw's side, and you see 50 attempts, 383 yards, and 8 touchdowns tonight for the Kenesaw Blue Devils. 34 points scored by Kenesaw in the second quarter, and another 12 so far here in the third. Both these teams are going to be in the playoffs. Looks like Kenesaw is going to be 8-0. And it always kind of depends, where does that East bracket, East-West split happen? Kenesaw probably out west, if I just had to guess off the top of my head. But a 7-1 Heartland team will be in the playoffs as well. Coming up next week, NSAA home.org will have the official brackets up tomorrow morning. This kickoff driven, through Stebbings' hands. Jackson will pick it up at his own 10. Now he's looking for a wall out to the left, and he will only make it to the 16-yard line. Just 5 on the return. Good coverage there by Derek Goldensrine. Goldensrine. Yeah, freshman, 135 pounds out there. And so 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line with 6:41 to go. Hubert will go under center. Mestel split out to the near side. Looking for the sweep with Connor Bear. Couple of blocks in front of him. Connor gets across the 20. His best carry of the night right there. 5 yards. Tyson Burr makes the tackle for the Blue Devils. Clock rolling, 6:10 remaining in the fourth. And that is Bear chugging hard. He's got another 6 yards and a first down. The first down for Heartland since the first quarter, and just the fourth of the game for the Huskies. Bear now a tight end on the left side. They'll send Oswald in motion, and this is Hubert trying to keep it. Evades 1, but not 2, 3, and 4. That's Shukai again in the backfield. Boy, those plays that have taken a while to develop in the backfield for Heartland, they have not gone well because guys like Sam Shukai have been in the backfield in a hurry. Loss of 8, we'll call it. Actually, a loss of 6. Oswald again in motion. Now you want the option play to the near side. Hubert keeps it. Ball pops out. It's loose. Heartland fortunate to get on top of it, though. Peyton Ott, one of the linemen, able to jump on it. The team will gain 2, actually, there. Bring up 3rd and 15. 4:44 to go. That has been 3 and out so far. There has been 1 first down on this drive. Heartland trying to get something going. Oswald going to throw it late, and it's almost intercepted by Schuster. Boy, that was going to be way shy of the first down anyway. Option pitch, that was going to be an option pass to the short side. That was not going to have a ton of room anyway. And the pass goes incomplete, and it brings up 4th and 16. The punt will be caught by Burr. Tries to get away from 1, but cannot. Jackson Stebbing makes a great open field tackle. Only bad thing is that was only about a 22-yard punt into that wind. Boy, it has just been tough sledding for Heartland going into the wind the entire second quarter and this third quarter. And with the wind at their back, Kenesaw so far has scored 46 points with the wind at their back. Add it all up, and it's 52-26 Blue Devils here in the third quarter. Pluver wants a play action, fires it right side. It is incomplete. Slipping down there was Duffy. He was open. Pass falls incomplete, and that ends a streak of 6 straight completions for Pulver, and has thrown for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns in those 6 straight completions. Started the game 0 for 3. Complete 6 straight until that one. So he's 6 for 10 for 121 yards and 2 touchdowns. Highly efficient. 2nd and 10. Penalty flag before this one gets going is a procedure against Kenesaw. Millard West leading Lincoln East 28-10 in Class A. St. Paul and Central City. St. Paul trailing 24-13 at the end of their third quarter. Pulver on 2nd and 15, throws right. Burr makes the catch, lowers his shoulder, and he's got 10 yards. It will be 3rd and 5 coming up. Burr 2 catches and 20 yards through the air to go along with 21 carries, 120 yards on the ground, and 4 touchdowns. It's 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 here. This is Burr on the inside handoff. He is going to be shy of the first down. Tackled at the 35 of Heartland. It's going to be 4th down and about 2. Connor Bear in on that tackle. This is probably going to be the first 4th down attempt of the night. Yes, it will. For Kenesaw, why not? Up 52-26 with 3.5 minutes to go. This is Pulver, the quarterback popping through, and a 4th down run for a touchdown. 35 yards. Pulver a little shaken up at the end of that maybe, but popped through just fine there. 10 carries for 116 yards. Each of his last 2 carries have gone for a touchdown. And now a conversion on the way with a 32-point lead, looking for 34. They want the end around for Denkert. Looking to the right side. He will not make it. Another great tackle. Jackson Stebbing got under there to undercut him. A man can't run without his legs underneath him. So the conversion fails again. Tell you what, if we were just doing conversions, I think Heartland would be leading like 2-1 or maybe it'd be 2-2 right now. But we have touchdowns too, and Kenesaw has a lot of them. 58-26 our score, 3:25 to play in the 3rd quarter. In the second half, Heartland has 11 snaps for 7 yards of offense. Kenesaw, 9 snaps, 131 yards, and 3 touchdowns, all on the ground. That kickoff will go into the end zone for Wyatt Hanson, and a touchback to the 15. Not quite at that running clock. A 32-point margin right now. Hubert will go under center. Split backs behind him. Fullback dive for Bear. Runs into the pile, and there's Duffy again. Called his name plenty of times here in the second half. A stalwart on defense. Olsen in there as well. Pickup of 2 for Connor Bear. Second down and 8 with 3 minutes to go. Heartland they've spent so much time going into the wind in the second quarter and now the third quarter. At some point you're like, can we just get to the fourth quarter so the wind's at our back? Hubert drops back, wants to throw it over the middle. It is incomplete. Mestel was coming across the formation there. And it's incomplete, so Lane Hubert tonight, 2 of 6 passing and just 6 yards. His only completions have been a couple of screen passes out in the flat to Jackson Stebbing, and both times Jackson has been tackled quickly out in the flats and unable to really turn up the field and try to gain some yards. So this is 3rd down and 8 to go. The pitch late out to Oswald. He puts it on the ground. Hayes able to get back on top of it. but have fumbled but not lost, but it's going to be a team loss of 2, and it's going to be 4th and 8. And again, that punt just hanging up in the wind. It takes a good bounce, but it's still just a 19-yard punt for Lane Hubert into the wind, and it's been so tough to do anything into the wind tonight for the Huskies. So Kenesaw will take it 1st and 10. Again, we want to say thank you to our presenting sponsors on Strive TV's Game of the Week, Cornerstone Bank, Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha, and Truck Center Companies. Brand new facility there for Truck Center Companies in Omaha. Supplier of Freightliner trucks, and they can work on anything you got to keep you back on the road. Tyson Burr with a carry inside the Heartland 30 down to the 28-yard line. Pickup of 6 on the play. Burr with 23 carries and 129 yards in the contest so far. Pulver again under center. Gives it to his fullback, Duffy, and Daniels got a first down, keeps the legs moving, and he's inside the 25 and down to the 23-yard line. Pickup of 6, first down. Duffy's got 10 carries and 69 yards and a touchdown as well. The first downs keep racking up too, 17 of them in the game, 4 of them here in the second half for Kenesaw. First and 10 from the 23. Pulver on the toss sweep, gets it to Burr. Tyson goes right side and gets it to the 20-yard line, a moderately short gain for Tyson. Hayes Oswald in on the tackle for Heartland, along with Lane Huberts. The playoffs await next week for both these teams. Kenesaw will take an unblemished 8-0 record. We'll find out what that team will be. They got to deal with this guy. Tyson Burr goes another 20 yards for a touchdown. That is his 5th touchdown run of the night. Tyson Burr, 25 carries, 152 yards, and 5 touchdowns. And we will have a running clock coming in the rest of this game. Pulver carries it right side for the conversion, and he's got it. Brings our score, Kenesaw 66, Heartland 26. The end of the third quarter coming up. Hanson will kick it, drive it deep and over the head of Lane Hubert for a touchback. Hubert will go into the shotgun by himself. Two receivers to the right. Lane looking for a block to the right, trying to get out of bounds now, and just wrangled out there by Schuster. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. All Blue Devils here in Henderson tonight. Kenesaw leads Heartland 66-26 as we head to the fourth quarter. After this on Strive TV's Game of the Week. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So I guess my friends in Connecticut listed that, and he just texted me. So
oh, yeah? Cool.
Give a shout out to our friends in Connecticut.
The friends in Connecticut. I can do that. Are we on? Okay. Doing a shout out to some friends in Connecticut, some people watching in Connecticut, watching the Blue Devils tonight. Anybody else watching somewhere from far away? If you could beat Connecticut, let me know. Or even Kenesaw. That's not too far away. Connecticut wins for the longest one we've got tonight anyway on this game. You can, by the way, if you can tweet us at Strive Sports. We'll see that one as finally a pass completed for more than 3 yards. And it's a 12-yard pickup to Jackson Stebbing for a first down there for Lane Hubert. Jackson has all of the catches tonight for the Heartland offense. Now the wind finally at the Huskies' back. Hubert, quick pass, right side. And it is caught. And it is Hayes Oswald making that catch for 6. And going quickly, Hubert again in the shotgun. Only a 2-man rush. Hubert will throw it deep. Oswald is open. Hayes has got it. Oswald at the 5. He is just shy of the end. No, he got it for the touchdown. Thought he was just shy, but they call it good for the touchdown. 57 yards to Hayes Oswald. How about 47? I was still on an 11-man field there. So I was a little excited for that one, sorry. 47 yards and a touchdown there. Oswald with the catch. So not at a running clock. We got time for more touchdowns. I'm going to run out of space in my stat sheets. As Bear wants to throw it on the conversion, it's knocked away. And with 11:09 in the fourth quarter, Heartland now trailing 66-32. So a little break. We'll come back for more in the fourth quarter in Henderson tonight.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work a computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
All right, we're back on. We're getting Tony Chapman here in just a second. Perhaps if Tony will answer his phone anyway. Now he's down there on the sideline. Tony, I thought we were going to get to that running clock, and then a couple of quick passes, and no, I'm gonna run out of space in my stat book here. I don't know about you if you got enough ink in that pen.
I am close. They informed me that my story for the newspaper should be 600 words. I told them I'd just send them the summary.
Right, because that'll be 600 words.
Yeah. I don't think I'll have anything left after that. So, but as you watch this thing, Eric, two pretty good teams who are going to win at least one or two playoff games. Get to the round of 16, maybe the round of 8 even. Both of them an onside kick.
And Duffy's 21. That is, it is Stephen Duffy. Stephen Duffy that fields it there for Kenesaw. And nothing that we didn't say at halftime, but Tony's still very, very impressed with the patience of a Tyson Burr running the football. His patience running it, and then really just the way Kenesaw, honestly, the way they've played defense. Granted, the wind has been a big factor, not in Heartland's favor, but Kenesaw gets to the ball quickly, don't they?
Yeah, I don't think it mattered if the wind was blowing or not, to be real honest with you. Eric, this has been a pretty impressive effort both sides of the ball from Kenesaw.
Yep, Duffy takes, that is Burr taking that carry for 4 yards, where it's 2nd and 6. Tony, I'll really put you on the spot because I know you haven't been thinking about it tonight. Any idea what you might see seed-wise from Kenesaw and Heartland?
I'd love to tell you I've looked. I'm going to assume.
Oh, good.
Kenesaw,
you haven't either.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm going to assume Kenesaw-Palmer is kind of that east-west cutoff. Kenesaw usually goes west, and it looked like, to me, much like last year in D1, I think the top 5 seeds, the top 5 point totals in D1 all went west. So it'll be interesting to see where that shakes out.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out tomorrow morning on nsaahome.org, right?
We will.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, we might check in one more time. Thanks, Tony.
Okay.
So 3rd and 1 here, and that is Duffy, and he has got Daniel does the first down. And you want 3rd down efficiency? How about Kenesaw 9 of 11 on 3rd down tonight? And the one time that they failed in the first half, they punted. The one time that they failed in the second half, they went forward on 4th down and scored a touchdown on the play. So 1st and 10 with 9:43, the clock moving after that first down and the chain set. And Pulver now, he's just going to hang out at the line of scrimmage with his teammates and wait for that 5 count from the back judge, and then hand it off to Tyson Burr like he's done all night. And Tyson will gain just a couple here. Jackson Stebbing was in the backfield. Hayes Oswald came up along with Ben Mestel, making the tackle for the Heartland Huskies. 3 yards on the pickup, though, for Tyson Burr. 27 carries for Tyson tonight, 159 yards and 5 big touchdowns. Did have 1 fumble in there, but, we can't all be perfect. But a pretty doggone good night for that fellow wearing the number 6 jersey in a white. And again, just waiting for that play clock to wind down. Pulver will keep it himself over the left side, get right behind a blocker. Still nobody tackles him. Pops to the outside. Pulver on his feet. He's inside the 5. He's got the touchdown. Pulver scores from 22 yards out. And how about Taylor Pulver has scored a touchdown on each of his last 3 carries. That is using your blocks well. 8:43 remaining in this one. Right now, 72-32. Pulver goes the opposite way of his fullback and cannot get in on the conversion. And so during this timeout, I'm going to add up all of the conversions, and then I'm going to add myself some more space because we might not be done scoring yet tonight. Let's take a timeout and come back on Strife TV's Game of the Week. Did the math, it's quick. Heartland is 1 for 5 on 2-point conversions. Kenesaw is 3 of 11. And a short kick into the wind. This is Hayes Oswald trying to get outside of the right. He will not. Runs right into Derek Goldensrine. So the Huskies will have it 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line, and that clock is a moving clock now. We have hit the 40-point mark here in the second half. So only stopping for timeouts, official stoppages, and change of possession. Heartland is going to finish the regular season 7-1. Kenesaw perfect 8-0 under head coach Craig Schnitzler. Hubert wants to pass, then steps up quickly in the pocket, and he does scramble for about 5. And now we've got an official stoppage. We've got an injured Blue Devil. A lot of plays have been run out here tonight, and it looks like it's just a cramp. Official is directly in my line, so I cannot see a number. And 34 is Schuster. So just a little cramp, it looked like, on the right leg. They pop him up and walking off under his own power. That looks okay. You never want to see anybody get hurt, but if you're going to be down on the field, you hope it's nothing more than a cramp. Nothing, some pickle juice and a banana won't take care of later on tonight. Lots of water too. So 7:50 to go here in the fourth quarter. Quick pass out to the right side. It is caught. Stebbings got it for a first down. .720 and the clock rolling here. Hubert sends Oswald in motion. Low snap. Lane picks it up. Looks right. It is caught. And a quick tackle. Duffy makes the tackle. Stebbing makes the catch for 11 yards and the first down. By the way, Lane Hubert has completed 5 straight passes for a touchdown and 81 yards. Looking to set up the screen. It took a long time to develop, and that is more than enough time to let the defender, Ryan Dankert, get there. And Connor Bear tackled for a loss on the play. Second and 15. And now some little confusion here by Heartland. Exactly what they want to do. Switching guys. Now Mestel and Oswald come to the near side. Hubert in the shotgun by himself. Pressured right away. Lane just running around looking for something. Now fires it over the middle. It is caught by his lineman. That was Aaron Buller that makes the catch. And a penalty flag is down. Did Aaron line up as an eligible receiver? Apparently not. That is the signal for an ineligible receiver downfield. Coach Maltzberger pleading his case. And we'll see what the officials say. Now, I did see that the head official, as that play was over and he realized 53 had the ball, pulled a little card out of his pocket. That little card has the captain information that the officials get from both coaches, and also sometimes it has some special notes. An official will ask the coaches before the game, do you have any wrinkles that we might need to know about? For instance, a play where an offensive lineman like Aaron Buller might actually be eligible by formation. That might be just what happened right there, and that might actually that's what the officials are conferring with in the middle of the field right now, and we might be they're going to waive the penalty off, and they're going to give Aaron Buller the catch. I think this is right. I think by formation, Aaron Buller was not covered, therefore an eligible receiver. And how about this? Aaron Buller has got himself 16 yards and a first down. So I think that's the right call. And Aaron's got a couple catches on the season, so that's not like they've never run something like that before if you're Heartland. Meanwhile, that's 7 straight completions by Hubert. Quick passing has kind of been there here in this fourth quarter. So it is a first down. Hubert over the middle. That is incomplete. Stebbing was the intended receiver. Got maybe a little tangled up with Pulver there. That stops a 7 straight completion streak by Lane Hubert. Hubert again on the drop back. Now will lob it deep, a late breaking, and it's caught for the touchdown. It's Jackson Stebbing. And then a late penalty flag. He might have been out of bounds and came back in to catch that. I see a hat off of the official. That doesn't happen by accident. And so this one might be coming back. Illegal touching on the offense. That's exactly what happened. Jackson Stebbing had gone out of bounds on his own, not Brandon Riley a la Nebraska, Michigan State a few years ago where he was pushed out by the defender. But if you go out on your own, you cannot be the first one to touch the ball when you come back in. So take off the touchdown, 5-yard penalty against the offense. 7 penalties, 40 yards. Oswald goes in motion. Hayes will get it on the sweep play, and he will not make the line of scrimmage. Strung out well, and then making the tackle was Ryan Denkert for Kenesaw. And 3rd and 15, or 2nd and 15 becomes 3rd and 19. Four and a half minutes to go in this one. Hubert in the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Throws it out to the right side. Caught by Oswald. Hayes well shy of the first down. He does pick up 7, though, on the catch. Fourth down and a full 12, almost 13 to go. With the ball at the 25, you got to get down to the 12, so we'll call it 4th and 13. Heartland 1 for 1 on 4th down attempts tonight. 3:50 to go here in a running clock 4th quarter. Hubert rolls right, throws it down the sideline. A man out there is caught. Touchdown. 25 yards to Hayes Oswald. With 3:33 to go. So a conversion attempt. Heartland is 1 for 5 on conversions tonight so far. And Lane Hubert went too soon on the conversion attempt that time, so we're going to try this one from the 8. So far tonight, folks, we have seen 107 plays run, with a running clock in the fourth quarter. And we still got 3.5 minutes left. Hubert looking for the conversion, has it to Stebbing. I tell you what, Jackson Stebbing, he's a good-looking football player. Jackson gets his second catch on a conversion tonight, makes it 72-40 here with 3:33 left to go in the fourth quarter. We will take a break and catch up more after this. Ensuing kickoff with 3:33 to go here in the fourth quarter. Sidewinder off the side of the foot. That's going to go out of bounds at the 12. So with the kick out of bounds at the 25-yard line is where Kenesaw will have it, 1st and 10. Timeout for Heartland as Coach Matt Malksberger's got some younger guys out there, so wants to make sure everybody knows where to be and where to be getting lined up here. Again, the playoffs start next week. NSAAhome.org will have the official brackets coming up tomorrow morning. It looks like Kenesaw also subbing in some of their younger guys as well across the way. Like Tony said, usually Kenesaw, Palmer, somewhere right in there is that east-west split. And last year, all the highest teams in the points all ended up west. So I guess we'll see you tomorrow morning. It's always kind of harrowing, right? You can figure your own points here tonight when all the games are in and you've seen all your scores, but always interesting to see what happens. We got a bad snap into the backfield, and this is going to be a big loss. 10 on the play. The back there was Derek Goldensrein in at quarterback. So let's remember this: 51 carries, 369 yards for the first-team offense for Kenesaw, and 9 touchdowns. And Pulver goes 7 of 11 passing for 131, and 2 more scores. Hanson on that carry. Wyatt Regier in on the tackle. And then Hanson on third down goes forward again. And they will go for the toss sweep and cutting up. And that last surge by Isley. Did he get the first down? He did indeed. And now waiting on that play clock to wind down. 72-40. Looks like it will be our, well, I'm not going to say it's going to be the final score just yet. And just a couple more snaps, and we'll be done with this one. Like we said, Kenesaw going to be 8-0, and head coach Craig Schnitzler will have his Blue Devils looking good as they enter the playoffs with this power running game that they got going. And another first down picked up there by the young fellas, and that is Wyatt Hanson, who's been handling the kicking duties tonight for the Blue Devils, picking up that first down. With a loss tonight, Heartland probably on the road in the first round of the playoffs. Let you know when and where. Check out all of the social media, Strive TV on Instagram, Strive Sports on Twitter and Facebook. Out of bounds, but our clock's still rolling, or it should be rolling anyway. And if this going to take one snap, and that will be your ball game. Kenesaw will be 8-0 in the regular season, and Heartland 7-1. Some of the final stats here tonight: Heartland finishes with 323 yards of offense. I mentioned Lane Hubert got hot there in the second half, that fourth quarter, I should say. As Lane at one point completed 7 straight passes. He finishes 11 of 16 passing for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. Heartland runs for 193 yards and 3 scores, but those 3 scores right away in the first quarter on 66, 62, and 22 yards. But there wasn't much of the consistency, unfortunately, tonight for Heartland. Just could not get anything consistently going.
And I've had 3 knee surgeries. Hi, my name is Alexis Siebert. I participate in FBLA,